Hey everyone, it's me Pratima. So alongside the disappointing iPhone 16 series, Apple also unveiled this little guy a few weeks ago, the AirPods 4. I was expecting the third generation of the AirPods Pro to launch as well this time, but this is all we got. And you get two versions of the AirPods 4 this time, one with active noise cancellation and one without. Other than that, the cheaper base model without ANC also misses out on built-in speaker on the charging case and also wireless charging. Anyway, the most obvious way you can tell the difference between the AirPods 4 and the more expensive AirPods Pro is from their designs. The AirPods Pros are proper in-ear earbuds with silicone tips to make sure it fits nice and tight in your ear canals, while the AirPods 4's half-in-ear design means that it gets rid of such ear tips altogether. Now personally, I've never had any issue putting on in-ear earbuds, but there are a lot of people who don't like how they fit at all. A bunch of my colleagues keep on complaining that wearing in-ear earbuds feels like stuffing a plunger in their ear, since those silicone ear tips do generate some pressure to create a good seal. And if you are in that crowd, the AirPods 4 is just for you. Because here there is no ear tips to worry about, and even then I am actually surprised with just how well this thing fits in my ears. I mean, seriously, it does a notoriously good job. Apple says that they have redesigned the speaker unit a bit this time around for a better fit, and that's clearly working the magic for my ears. I absolutely love how compact and lightweight the AirPods 4's charging case is as well. I always thought the AirPods Pro had the most pocketable case out of other earbuds, but just look at this thing. It's just so sleek, so easy to carry around. I love it. And it's somehow IP54 dust and splash resistant, just like the earbuds themselves, so that is impressive to see too. But like it or not, the AirPods Pro's case does have a couple of advantages. Like, number one, it has the U1 ultra wideband chip, which enables precision finding. So not only you can ring its case when you accidentally misplace it, but you can even get its approximate location by using an iPhone. And number two, it's also MagSafe compatible, unlike AirPods 4, which supports wireless charging but not magnetic wireless charging. For me, honestly, these compromises are not that big of a deal breaker considering the price difference, but I really don't like how Apple left out the volume control gesture on the AirPods 4. It's honestly one of my favorite things about the AirPods Pro, but here I have to reach my phone every time I want to adjust the volume or ask Siri to do it like an idiot. Anyway, मुद्दे की बात करते हैं, the audio quality. Here, Apple never specifies the driver type or driver size in any of its audio products. So if you look at the specs, it almost feels like Apple is trying to convince you that the AirPods 4 and the AirPods Pro 2 sound the same. Especially since this little guy also has the same H2 audio processing chip as the AirPods Pro. But let me give it to you straight, I will take the AirPods Pro's audio quality over AirPods 4 any day of the week, no doubt. Now, this does not mean that the AirPods 4 sounds terrible or anything, because it actually sounds a lot fuller than I expected it to. There's plenty of details to enjoy. The instrument separation is great, the sound stage is great, the mid-range is a standout as always, and these earbuds also have the right amount of sparkle in the treble region. Whereas it also has a surprising amount of bass as well. I say surprising because reproducing the low ends is really not an easy job on half-in-ear earbuds like these, since the lack of a proper seal on half-in-ear earbuds usually means there's a lot of room for bass frequencies to leak out. But whether I'm listening to pop bangers like Bonnie Tyler's Total Eclipse of the Heart or jamming to some rock tunes like Whole Lotta Love by Led Zeppelin, the AirPods 4 does a great job of preserving the finer details, all helped by some warm bass to really add that sense of power and energy to the track. Ironically enough though, one of my biggest complaints with its sound has to do with the bass. Well, sub-bass to be more specific, which is the bass you feel instead of something that you hear. It's typically defined within the 20 to 60 Hz region, and I found the AirPods 4 struggling horribly with literally every song that has sub-bass in the mix. Be it hip-hop tracks like Red Rum by 21 Savage or even some alternative pop tunes like Lord's Royals, the bass drop comes off smeared and bloated instead of tight and punchy on this thing, while the AirPods Pro does not make that mistake. The AirPods Pro simply does not suffer from sub-bass roll-off like the AirPods 4 and maintains a noticeably tighter bass response. Not just that, but the AirPods Pro simply preserves the dynamics better overall, The AirPods 4's audio is not not that far off, but yeah, like I said before, the AirPods Pro is still Apple's best sounding pair of earbuds if you ask me. Alright, I want to talk about their active noise cancellation next, and if you don't know, ANC on half in-ear earbuds is not an easy thing to do, because for active noise cancellation to work effectively, you need two things. Number one, you need a couple of microphones on the earbuds that listen to the outside noise and generate anti-noise signal to cancel it out. And number two, the earbuds should have solid noise isolation too, which is just a fancy way of saying that the earbuds need to be physically able to block out the ambient noise as much as possible. And as we all know by now, the AirPods 4's half in-ear design makes it not so great at that. So when I first got my hands on these earbuds, I really was not expecting much from them as far as ANC is concerned, but it really has. The AirPods 4's active noise cancellation is just so much better than I thought it would be. Almost instantly shushing out all the consistent low frequency noises around me, like that humming noise coming from the AC in my office, or my colleagues gossiping and occasionally arguing in the other room, or when I'm outside, the AirPods 4 does a convincing enough job to quiet the city traffic or the rumble from the bus engine when I'm headed home. I even compared it with Samsung's Buds 3, which has the same semi-in-ear design, and found AirPods 4's ANC to be notably better across all types of noises. However, just like the audio, the AirPods Pro is in a different league when it comes to active noise cancellation as well. The AirPods 4 actually competes fantastically against consistent low-frequency noises I talked about before, but its silicone tips and tighter seal mean the AirPods Pro is better equipped to deal with things like TV noises, human voices, and all sorts of sudden high-frequency sounds. Now, as for the transparency mode, the AirPods have always been my benchmark for the most natural sounding transparency mode on any pair of wireless earbuds, and this thing keeps up that tradition just fine. It does tend to amplify the ambient noise a bit compared to the AirPods Pro, but I don't mind that at all. There's also the conversation awareness thing, which automatically lowers the volume whenever I start speaking, and I like how it does not activate when I'm just clearing my throat or something like that. I am also happy with the call quality on the AirPods 4. I am pretty impressed with how well it manages to isolate my voice even in windy conditions. I mean, how is Apple even doing this on semi-in-ear earbuds? The AirPods 4 does struggle in somewhat noisy conditions though, but I can always turn on voice isolation to get rid of most of the unwanted noises around me. This isn't a new feature by the way, but the way it so aggressively processes and filters out most of the background noise is nothing short of amazing. But what isn't amazing is its battery life. With ANC turned on, I was getting only like 3.5 to 4 hours on average versus 6 hours on the AirPods Pro. Okay, I better wrap it all up now, and I guess you've already figured out that I love the AirPods 4. This is an absolute fantastic Apple earbuds for those who hate in-ear design of the AirPods Pros but still want some of its pro features like great sound and generous noise cancellation. There is definitely some room for optimization here, especially with its sub-bass response, but I am sure Apple will sort it out with a couple of firmware updates later. That being said, if you're perfectly comfortable with how the AirPods Pros fit, then you shouldn't be looking into the AirPods 4 at all. You got everything better with the AirPods Pro, be it in the controls, to battery life, sound quality, as well as active noise cancellation. Oh, and remember that hearing help thing that Apple mentioned during the keynote, including the ability to use your AirPods as hearing aids? Yeah, that's exclusive to the AirPods Pro 2nd Gen only. And the best part about the AirPods Pro is that you can actually get it in a similar price as the AirPods 4 every now and then. Alright everybody, that was all for my full review of the Apple AirPods 4. If you have any more questions about this, do let me know in the comments. And while you're there, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Saying this, I'm Pratima, and I'll see you in my next video.